Hello everybody, Reggie Time here. My first video for a while. We're going to be reviewing some hands played from the 10NL Full Ring Streets on GG, but don't switch off immediately. All these pots are absolutely enormous. These games are really soft, as you can see from this first hand. We're playing 5-10, but there's four big blinds dead in the middle from the antes, and then there's the blinds in. So these pots typically get very big very quickly. They're mostly playing 200 blinds deep with most players. They're just really a lot of fun games. Now, I haven't been making videos for a little while because I wasn't enjoying making videos. They weren't, in my opinion, they weren't authentic. They weren't me. They weren't representing who I am as a player. It was just me. Like, look at these hands I've played. Let's see how well I've done compared to how a Solver would have played them. Who gives a fuck? Who actually gives a fuck? I certainly didn't give a fuck. It wasn't authentic. I do this channel mostly for just it's an old man's hobby. Secondly, to demonstrate who I am as a poker player, and maybe now and again people get in touch with me because they'd like to talk to me about poker, and I do a little bit of mentoring or what have you. And the last few months of videos or whatever, some people enjoyed them. They didn't do well on views. Maybe it's because I just stink at the YouTube algorithm, or maybe because it's people are watching thinking this isn't real, this isn't authentic, this isn't fucking reg. So we're getting back to just making videos of doing what I think I do as well as anybody, which is just getting stuck in, grinding, playing the games, getting in soft games, finding soft games, and just hopefully like playing relatively tight and just getting all the money at the end of it. I was a full ring player at heart for years, from like 2007 through to probably 2012. I was a full ring player. Then full ring kind of died, and I just switched to six max because it's the only place to get volume. And then I looked in GG not so long back, just generally just scanning the lobby, and I saw they had full ring games. I don't know how long GG have had full ring games. Maybe they had them for ages, but I didn't know. And they're really popular. They're really like there's 50 odd tables running at peak times at 10NL. Um, basically, I got $200 onto GG. I didn't know it was 200 big steeps at this time. It's not really enough, but it's a start. It's a start. This isn't a bankroll challenge or anything like that. But I've started with a small roll. I'm hoping to grow a roll, actually using semi decent bankroll management because it's just hard. It would be hard for me to reload if I bust the account or if I drop too low. So I'm going to try and have good bankroll management and just try and get stuck in and do some good old fashioned grinding. These hands we're looking at today are just all the biggest pots. So they're going to be a mix of coolers or people just doing wacky things. It's going to be most all big pots. I promise you there won't be any dull pots. And I hope you guys enjoy it for what it is, which is just Reggie Stain doing Reggie Stain things and getting into hopefully some interesting spots. So here we have the Pocket Kings. As you can see, there's already a lot of this dead money floating around. We have a player. This is my first thing. I'm not really sure what the correct open raise size is here. I tried asking about it on my Discord group. Didn't get much of a response. If you're not in the Discord group, by the way, please click the link beneath the video, and it should take you to the Discord group. If you're watching this video 3 or 4 weeks after it was made, then go to my most recent video, try that link. If that doesn't work, then just comment beneath one of the videos and asking for a current link to the Discord group, and I shall reply with a current link to the Discord group. Please do come and join it. But anyways, back to the point. I think this raise is just too small. I think this is someone who isn't really understanding the situation with the extra four big blinds dead money in the pot. I see this quite a lot. I see 2.5x, 3x, even some min raising. At the moment, I'm making my open 5.5 blinds. That could be wrong as well. Maybe we could go a bit smaller. Maybe it should be a bit bigger. But there's going to be some interesting pre-flop spots coming up. This is like the first one of them. What do we make our three bet size to? Is typically versus a 2.5x, we go 7.5x. But there's already 8 blinds in the pot. I don't know what the correct three bet size he would be, but I wouldn't imagine I'd want to. This is like one of the first hands I played. They were going to be doing this chronologically, and I think I've made some quite nice adjustments as that time goes by. I don't know what size. I don't remember this hand, so I don't really know what size I'm going to make it here. But if I was playing this hand today, I'd be making this around 12 blinds, 12 to 13 blinds. There's already 8 blinds dead. We put our call in. That's going to put 10.5 blinds in the pot. I think we want to make this at least 12.5 blinds. Let's see what I did. at the time. Maybe 12 blinds. And we got a cold call from this 58 VPIP guy in the big blind. And we flop top set. Beautiful. He checks. Obviously, we've probably got this guy drawing absolutely stone dead, but there's a lot of money to get in here. You know, we've got an SPR of 8, so we flop top set in a 3-bet pot, but the SPR is still 8 due to the starting deep pre and then being even deeper because we both increased our stack. So what size on the flop? We block a lot of calls with. We block these unlikely to have top pair. I guess we can hope he's got a set of 10s, maybe some Jack Queen, maybe some pocket 8s or pocket 9s or what have you that maybe we get a little bit of value from. It's going to be hard to cooler the guy here because we just got top set, haven't we? It's just difficult. I'd rather have like a set of 10s here, unblocking top pair, to try and get all the money in against ace, king, king, queen, king, jack suited, that type of thing. So I think we probably just want to bet quite small here because it's really going to be really hard for him to continue, even though it's a 58 VPIP. What did I do in game? I did go with the small bet, just quarter pot. Villain calls quite quickly. Turn, he checks again. I think we have to start sizing up now. We've got an SPR still of 6, or maybe slightly less than 6, 5.5. I think we just need to go big here. Just hope he continues. We can't continue with this at the small betting stuff. Would I want to overbet? Probably not. Not still given we still block top pair, but we need to go big. Probably something in the region of 3/4 pot, maybe something like 370, 380, something like that. Maybe. See what I did. I was deep in the tank. I actually went overbet. I guess it's just me thinking he's a 58 VPIP. He's called the flop. Let's just hope he can call the turn. It's probably also me just thinking try and get someone near 2E so we can shove the river, which is kind of what we've done. That is one of the good things I learned from when I was doing quite a bit of studying is like understanding more about like how equal bet sizes work in terms of like building pots properly. So here now we just got a pretty easy shove on the river. Villain now donks out for 1/3 pot. And we're just going to put the rest in, aren't we? And he had the 10 deuce. So it was actually a cooler. Who knew it was going to be a cooler when he's just like called the 3-bet? But yeah, tribute to Texas Dolly there. Top set versus 10 deuce. And look at that. It's a $50 pot. It's a 500 big blind pot. The pots you get into in these games are fucking enormous. It's 10 and L, and the average pot size is about 35 big blinds. They truly are remarkable games. So this next hand we have the King Queen offsuit. And it's folded to us. I expect I'm going to see, maybe this was before I was going 5.5. So I've just reviewed this hand and didn't hit record because I'm a fucking idiot. I can't be asked talking too much about it again. I've just done it once. But basically, we open the King Queen. Villain's going to donk into us here for full pot. We're just going to call, and I was debating whether the merits of raising or not. But I don't think we want to be raising versus a full pot donk bet was basically my conclusion. Turn, he now leads for 1/3, and I was debating raising. I think I missed a raise here. I think I should definitely raise here. My argument was we should get value from flush draws, straight draws, king 10, ace 10, etc. Get value from some jack X, maybe. Definitely get some value from queen X. 5 shouldn't change very much. So my thought was I should have raised, but I ended up not raising, which probably just didn't want to reopen the betting and then get jammed on or something. And then river, he snap pots here, and there's no raising anymore. We just call, which is what we did. And spoiler alert, we won the pot, which is queen 9. Just another example of these games being relatively good. You look around the table, there's like 17, 14 VPIPs. We would basically just do what I'm doing, I guess, just dicking around waiting for relatively good hands, and then just trying to play solid poker. And then there's these types of players laced in. It makes for really good games. So here we have the ace and the king. These are all pots that I've either starred when playing to review, or I've got a notification on my timeline that we played a big pot. We have a limper here. We have a player who's probably recreational forexing versus a limp. I'm about to say he doesn't have a full stack. He does have 160 big blinds, but given you could buy in for 200, I think any good reg would always buy in for the maximum. If you're not buying in for the maximum to cover some fish, then you're making a mistake. We should always buy in for the max, whatever games we're playing in. So I'm going to presume this guy's recreational. But we're out of position with ace king. There's already 11 blinds in the pot due to the antes. I think we want to be making this. Normally, you'd look at making this 16 or so, 4x out of position versus like this sort of raise size. I think we need to go bigger here, maybe as high as 20, 21 maybe. Let's see what I did at the time. This is what I would do now. I've gone to 18, that's fine. I would go a little bit bigger now. Fold. And then he's just all in, isn't he? He's just all in. And do we want to... Well, I think we know, because we're only looking at big pots. We know I'm going to call. The question is, and again, please reply in the comments below. Should we be folding this hand here? We've invested just 18 bigs. We're now being invited to put 170 bigs in the middle. And do we really want to put 170 big blinds in pre-flop with ace king? I suspect we probably don't, to be honest. I think this is a punt by me. We do end up calling. And this isn't me being result orientated with him having two aces. But I do think now this was again the first day I was playing, and I didn't really understand how the games worked pre-flop. Obviously, you can see we lost this pot. The games are really quite passive. There's very little pre-flop 3-betting. When I have seen the action pre-flop, it's typically been very good hands. I think I was just too eager to get 170 bigs in versus a potential fish. And I think this is a mistake. This isn't something I would do now. I would definitely 3-bet the hand. But I think I'm probably folding it to jams. If we get small 4-bet, probably peeling, just try to spike an ace or a king. Something like that. But I think this is definitely a punt from me. And definitely a hand that I wish I could get back. But we can. We've lost the pot and we get on with it. So here we have the ace 4 suited. This is our friend from earlier. I imagine we ISO. I think you could probably get away with over limping here too on the button. I wouldn't hate the over limp here. I think I'd over limp this in a non-ante game. Yeah, so I think isolating's fine, especially against 71 VP. We probably want to isolate this guy to get the blinds out. But I wouldn't hate over limping either. Anyway, he calls. We flop a gut shot. And this is a guy who donked early with the Queen 9. He donks again. This time he donks 1/3 pot. Last time he donked 1/3 pot. Sorry, he donked pot on the flop with top pair. Then he downsized turn to 1/3 with top pair still. All we can really glean from this is he probably has some kind of made hand. But outside from that, who knows? Right, okay. As you can see, I raised there, he snap called. I'm not sure I like my raise here. I guess because we're so deep, we can just apply loads and loads of pressure when he just start doing this call. Because he can have some spade draws that we can just make fold at some point. Maybe some weak jackets. We saw him with the Queen 9 earlier. Would he have gone for all his stack in that pot? Maybe. Is this the guy who want to be semi-bluffing or just pure bluffing against? Maybe not. I don't know. This is the fun part of playing these games because we've got this extra stack depth. So it does give us an awful lot more space for being very creative against both regs and recreational players. And by creative, maybe we mean punty and spewy. But I think the raise there is fine. I think Cole would have been okay too. And well, I'm saying it's fine, like I'm an authority. It feels fine to me. Turn he checks, which is, I guess, the benefit of raising the flop. It does buy us a decent amount of like chance to realise equity. But we pick up some equity, so we've got an option here. We can bet again, or we can just check. We've picked up some extra equity with the 10 of clubs, but it's not a card that really gives us any extra fold equity. So do we want to just take the free card? Do we want to bet? Again, I can go either way on this. I can see myself happily checking. I can see myself making a normally sized bet of say 2/3 pot to 3/4 pot, or maybe just take the nuclear option. Maybe just fucking over bet because we've just got that much equity. We've got like lots of outs to the nuts, haven't we? We've got 9 club outs. We've got another 4 gut shot outs, and we might have the best hand if we're up against a spade draw. We might have the best hand sometimes if spade draw that a pair. He might also have some sort of wheel draw as well, I guess. So yeah, I can see me doing any one of 3 options here. I don't remember the hand. Let's see what we did in game. I elected to check back, and then we river not the nuts, but it's basically the nuts. Now, last time Billen took this line, he had top pair on the river. He had the queen 9, remember? I need to raise his hand. I've got a horrible feeling I'm not going to. It's a pot-sized bet, but we just have to raise. We did. All in. And we got the fold. Fair enough. So that pot wasn't as big as I thought. But nevertheless, nice hand, nice hand. You know, we just got someone to bet fold 70 big blinds on the river. Was it 70 big blinds he bet on the river? 64 big blinds. That's nice. When you can get someone to bet fold 64 bigs on the river, you're in a pretty good game. Here's our friend again. Same table. We are now 310 big blinds deep with him. It's fun. I like being this deep. Don't like it in Zoom games because you still against a bunch of nits and it's just like the only way all the money goes in at this depth is if it's set up some sort of brutal killer. Maybe it's not the same in these games. So this guy just donks again. He loves donking. This time he's gone with like 3/4 pot or whatever that is. We just have a stupidity call. Raising would be a mistake here, in my opinion. Let's hope I don't raise. Be very surprised if I do. Turn basically the nuts. He now bets full pot. Interesting. Do we want to? Because normally, again, 100 bigs deep, someone pots a turn, 37 bigs. We've got basically the nuts. You probably wouldn't raise. You'd probably just call and then just never fold the river. But we're not. There's still literally 250 big blinds behind this to play for. There's still 280 big blinds in play. Of course, he can have the king 10. Not many combos of it. Way more likely, given what we know, what we think we know about this player, that he's just got some sort of like weaker made hand. Maybe he's got 2 pair. Maybe he's got a set. Maybe he's got just some random 10x. Do we want to raise? That's the question. Are we willing to play for it all here? I mean, if we make it 11 and he goes all in, are we happy just calling off? Because we're probably going to be chopping at best. So do we just call here? I think we call here and see what happens on the river. I don't think I'm ready to get all the money in yet. Did just call. River probably alleviates any issues now and any worries. I mean, I guess he can still have ace 10 and then it's really fucking sick. He pots it again. Do we raise river with second nuts versus a pot size bet when we block the nuts? Wow, what a spot. What a spot. Do we raise? Again, please reply below with your comments and try not to result orientate because you're going to see the result very soon. Who's raising this river? Who's calling this river? I think I do remember this hand, and I think I just wimped out and called Because I just thought if I jam, we either chop or I lose. I don't see how he causes worse. You can see him in the tank, and he just had 2 pairs. What a game. What a spot. These games are really good. So here we have 2 aces. We have a player under the gun opening to 3.5x. So what's our... Well, let's see what this guy does first. This guy folds. So what should our 3-bet size be? We had a 3.5x open under the gun. There's now 90 in the pot. So again, normally maybe we'd think 3x here. Maybe like go up to 10.5 bigs. But remember, we got this extra 40 cents dead money in the pot. So I think 10.5 is going to be too small. Who knows what I did at the time, because these are the thoughts I've been having as I've been building up on my experience of playing the games. If I was in this spot again now, I'd be making this maybe 15 blinds. There's already 9 blinds in the pot. I'd be making it 15 blinds, I think. Let's see what I did in game. I made it 19 blinds. Wow, that was a big one, wasn't it? And then we get this flop, and I guess all sets are available. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not opening 5s. I don't know. Who knows? We are 320 big blinds deep still in a 3-bet pot, and the sets available to our opponent, and it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. Well, not scary in the dollar terms. Let's face it. I play for these amount when I'm playing 20 now, 25 and etc. So it's not scary in the dollar amounts, but in the big blinds amounts, it's like fuck me. How do we manage this spot? So villain checks, and I think we should just go relatively large here. Maybe something in the lines of like half pot to 2/3 pot, so 20 bigs to maybe 26 bigs, something like that. If we get raised, who knows? Literally, who knows? Because someone might check raise a worse overpay, like queens, jacks, some flush draws maybe. I wouldn't have a fucking clue what to do if I faced raise. But I think we do need to bet, and I think half pot to 2/3 pot is the size I would like to see myself go with now. Who knows what I did in game? I went with 1/3 pot. So this is like a bit of a hangover from playing 100 big blinds deep. C bet 1/3 pot in position, etc. I don't know if that's appropriate at this depth, but I don't think I want to build a pot where we just get all the money in, because I think if we do, if we get 300 bigs in from here, how good's one pair going to be? Probably not very. So again, I don't know. Again, I'd be really interested in people's thoughts on that, how to size in these spots, because it's not a normal 3-bet pot. It's full ring for a start. There's antis in play pre, and we are 330 bigs deep still. I don't know. I literally don't know. Do we just like bet small? Do we employ a bit of pot control? Do we just keep trying to build a big pot? I haven't got a fucking clue. We went with this. Villain called. Turn check. So he snap called flop. He's checked us again on the turn. I think now is definitely the time to size up. Maybe up like $5, $6, maybe even $7. Just go really big. Oh no, Reg. Reg, you went 1/3 again, mate. This is not good. This cannot be good. This is me just not having a clue what to do at this depth, and like still just doing some like stuff hangover from like when I was playing 5 max and 6 max. I don't like this. It should be bigger or check. This is fucking terrible. This is, in my opinion, easily the hand we've played worse so far during the video. None calls. 8 river. Now he blocks for 1/3. So is there any raising here? And what do we get value from? Queens, maybe even pocket kings, pocket jacks. Does he have much 10x? 10 jacks suited, maybe 10-9 suited. I think we probably need to raise here. But imagine we raise to like 12 and he jams. Do we then call it off? Do we just call because we don't want to like reopen the betting? Fucking hell, spells. These spots are fun. Genuinely fun. These spots. Again, 100 big steals, I'm all in, mate. That's it. It doesn't matter, does it? But we can raise him 3x here, and then he can jam for. So if we make it 12, he's then going to jump for 29. So he's going to be 17 more. He can jump for 170 bigs more. And we're like, well, now what then? Do we just have to fold? Do we just raise fold? I don't fucking know. I think I know myself well enough to know I'm just going to call here because raise folding is just too painful. And we let him get there with the set. I mean, maybe if we use bigger sizes, flop and turn, he doesn't get there with his set. That's plain results orientated, though. We got 2 calls from hand that maybe wouldn't call if we'd gone bigger, and usually they're not going to river an 8. So I'm not going to be result orientated. But yeah, man, these spots are fun. These spots are fun. But that is going to be it for this video because I've got plenty more hands to go through. And I'm going to just try and limit the videos to around half an hour. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you got this far, hit the like, subscribe. Please leave any comments on the spots. I think they're a lot more interesting than your typical spot that I've been producing for years now on my channel because we've just got so much depth. So it just makes for way more interesting poker and hopefully more interesting hands to review. But I'm out of here now. I'm about to continue this, but for a video for another day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and bye bye for now.